Apple just launched the second generation AirPods Pro, which have a couple of new features, but a lot of the same features the original AirPods Pro had as well. In this how-to video, I'm going to show you 6 tips and tricks to make sure you can get the most out of the new second generation AirPods Pro. Alright, so the core way you use the AirPods Pro haven't changed all that much. There are a couple new features I'm going to point out today and walk you through how to use, but the basics are all there. Apple still has the seamless pairing process, and the entire setup works the same way, and that's exactly where we're going to start actually. Alright, if you've ever set up AirPods before, you know this process is really seamless and easy and takes only just a couple of seconds. But just in case you need a refresher or you forgot, this is how you'll set up your AirPods, the new AirPods Pro with your iPhone. Now the process is going to look a little different for me because I've set these up and reset them and set them up and reset them a few times in order to test some stuff out. But the core and the gist of this is the same. So with your iPhone on and unlocked, open the AirPods case next to your iPhone. I'm getting a message that these AirPods Pro are not mine. They are. But what I'm going to do is tap connect and then follow the instructions here, which is to hold the button on the back of the case. You can see the button there. I'm going to hold it in. All right, so when you pair your AirPods Pro, they'll look just like that screen that was there before. It'll have a connect button on the bottom. You'll tap on it, and now you're set up and ready to go. I'm going to hit continue. And what happened just now is not only did the AirPods Pro connect to my iPhone, but it's going to use the Apple ID I have signed in on my iPhone to connect the AirPods Pro to all of my Apple devices, which is really cool and really seamless. I don't have to worry about pairing them again with my iPad or Apple Watch or Mac. It's all done for me. Pretty awesome. All right, with the release of iOS 16, Apple changed where you can go to adjust and tweak settings, in particular for AirPods. So you used to have to go to the Settings app, Bluetooth, select the little eye icon next to your AirPods, and then get to your settings there. So what you can do now, once you've installed iOS 16, you need to have an AirPod in your ear in order to see this menu for it to show up. What I'm going to do is open the Settings app, and here maybe in a second. Maybe I'll put both in. There we go. All right, so you can see here in the Settings app, underneath my name and just above the airplane mode, you can see that there is an option there for Jason's AirPods Pro number 2. That means these AirPods that I have in my ears. So this is the settings section for the AirPods Pro. Or if you had regular AirPods or AirPods Max, this is also where you would find it. You could rename it there if you wanted to. You could control settings and do the very first step, which is my next tip in the video that you should do after pairing your AirPods Pro to your iPhone and your Apple account. And that is to do the ear tip fit test. So what that means is you actually can go through and test out whether or not you have the right tip on the AirPods Pro. This year they come with 4 different size tips. There's an extra small size now for people who the small didn't quite work for. So in the Settings app, select the AirPods, scroll down till you find ear tip fit test, tap on that, and then it's going to walk you through a test where you begin to hear music in your ears, and it controls the volume. It's a little loud, but not too loud. All right, jamming. Here's some music, and it's done. It literally takes 2 seconds. And then at the end of it, oh, it's because I was talking. All right, I need to be quiet this time. I'm gonna hit play again and be quiet. Just know I am jamming. All right, so now it's done. The ear tip fit, I cannot say that. Ear tip fit test has an ear tip fit result. And mine just happens to be a good sale on both sides with the default tips that were installed on them out of the box. Now, if you happen to have ears that they don't fit in just right, you'll have a recommendation, go bigger, go smaller. And it could be one size is smaller, one size is bigger. Follow these recommendations though, because it makes sure that the AirPods Pro have a good seal in your ears, which improves active noise cancellation, and it also improves transparency mode and the overall sound quality. All right, so now let's talk about controlling playback and other controls you can do directly on the AirPods Pro themselves. So this year, they look exactly like the last pair of AirPods Pro. They still have that stem. The vents have changed a little bit, so they don't look exactly like it. There's a little bit of a difference there. But you can see that on the stem here, there's a small, let's see if I can get it to show up. Yeah, there's a small cutout right there. So any interaction you have with controlling playback, and this year, finally, we have volume controls on the AirPods Pro, which is amazing, and I'll get to that in a second. Any interaction you have with your AirPods Pro is going to be right on that little cutout there. Let's see if you can see it. I think you can, maybe. All right, so I'm going to put them back in. Now, there's 4 main controls that you can use on the AirPods Pro. One, squeeze, and when you squeeze, you hear an audible click in your ear, is play or pause. Or if you're getting an incoming call, it'll actually answer the call. A double click will skip forward a track. Let's see here. So it's playing. You can see on my iPhone, double click, goes ahead a track. A triple click, or triple press, actually goes back a track. And then a long press will switch between active noise cancellation and adaptive transparency mode. But, I'm gonna start playing again, and I'm in transparency mode. You can now swipe up or down on the stem in order to adjust the volume of what you're listening to. Before, you had to summon Siri and have it, the digital assistant, adjust volume for you. So it was Siri, turn the volume up, turn the volume down. But now this can all be done, and I want you to see my screen so you can see with the swipe. Each time you do it, you hear a little audible click, and I press too hard. And it only goes 1 click at a time. So that's to save you from swiping and it boosting your volume all the way up, or swiping down and it turning the volume all the way down. So it's 1 increment, 1 level increment at a time. But it's a huge feature for the AirPods Pro. I use it all the time now. Over the last couple of weeks, I've found myself just naturally reaching for it and adjusting the volume. It's fantastic. Thank you for adding it, Apple. Thank you. All right, one more feature we need to cover here, and that is spatial audio, but more specifically, personalized spatial audio. Now, this feature is new in iOS 16. It is not specific to the new AirPods Pro. I was able to set it up with the previous AirPods Pro, and I'm gonna walk you through how to set it up now. If you're not familiar with spatial audio, what that means is, as you listen to music, it's on right now, and I turn my head, the music moves with me, so I can hear different instruments, or the singer actually sounds like they're coming from over here, which is where the iPhone is, and now I can hear it louder here where more music is in the back here. So this basically creates the same experience of being at a concert, or if you're watching a movie or a video that supports spatial audio. I always go back to Mandalorian, that's on Disney Plus. That's one of the shows that does support it. You can actually hear the pod racers go by or when they shoot their lasers or whatever across, you can hear it go across the screen in front of you. It's really cool. Spatial audio is awesome. Well, with personalized spatial audio, what Apple does is it scans the side of your head, including your ear, and it tailors spatial audio to your specific anatomy, for lack of a better word. And it does improve it just a bit. It is noticeable, at least to me, in having used regular spatial audio and personalized spatial audio. All right, with the explanation out of the way, here's how you set it up for yourself. All right, so to set up spatial audio or personalized spatial audio, what you'll do is go to the settings app on your iPhone, select your AirPods. Again, you have to have them in or at least connected to your iPhone for that option to show up. We're gonna do this without the AirPods in our ears, but have them in so you can get to the settings menu. Scroll down, go to spatial audio and tap on personalized spatial audio. And then tap on personalized spatial audio again. And you're gonna see a prompt here letting you know what it is and what's gonna happen. We will tap continue. I am now told to take the AirPods out. No problem. All right, so this process requires a true depth sensor camera on an iPhone. So your iPhone will have to have Face ID. This won't work on, say, an iPhone SE with the home button and Touch ID. All right, so the first step is to actually scan my face. Just like I'm setting up Face ID. Using the guide. The hat's confusing it. All right. Now, the second step is to actually scan my ears. I'm going to take my hat off for the remainder of this. I'm going to start the right ear capture and just follow what it says on here. So what I'm going to do is move the phone to the side of my head. I may have to step out. And then I want you to look and follow just like that. All right, so the right ear is done. Now I'm going to come and step over here. I think it's facing the right way. See, the audio cues help you out, let you know when it's captured it. And now, personalized spatial audio is set up. That was easy enough. So the next time you go in and listen to something that supports spatial audio, which most Apple Music songs now do, or at least a lot of them do, you're going to hear a difference. It may be subtle, but there is a difference. If you're unfamiliar with how to turn on spatial audio, what you do with the AirPods in and actively being used, you can swipe down to the control center, long press on the volume indicator, spatialized stereo, and then you could select off, fixed, or head tracked. And head tracked actually works a lot better than fixed. It sounds more impressive, but it's going to eat up a little bit of the battery life on the AirPods Pro. All right, so the last tip I'm going to share with you today is a new feature on the AirPods Pro 2nd Gen that allows you to find and track down a lost charging case. The case has a speaker built into it now. You could actually see the little holes there on the bottom of the case. The other hole is not a mic. It is a pressure release hole for the speaker itself. It's needed in order for the speaker to function properly. But you can now track down the case and have it play a sound. So when you paired your AirPods Pro, like we did in the first step, with your Apple ID, it actually added your AirPods Pro to the Find My network as well. So that means you can go into the Find My app, and I love you guys, but I'm not going to show you where I live, which is what the Find My app is going to show you right now if you were looking at it. So instead, what I'm going to do is I go to the Find My app, tap on Devices, select my AirPods from the list of devices, and then I'm greeted with a menu that shows case, right bud, left bud, and where they're at. Obviously they're with me because they're right here, so it says they're with me. But let's say I had misplaced the case in the couch cushion, or I just couldn't find it throughout the house. I could tap on case and then hit play sound, and you should be able to hear the sound. And it's loud. You're going to be able to hear that even if it is under a couch cushion or in another room. And then you could track down and find the case based off of that sound. There's also a I'll show you this screen. You know how you find your AirTags? If you lose an AirTag, it uses ultra wideband in order to tell you how far away it is. So like right now it says it's a couple feet away. As you get closer, it says here. So you can use that for the case or for the earbuds themselves. You can also play a sound on an earbud. It's a little quieter, and you can hear that. Kind of helps you find it, right? I mean, if it's under a couch cushion, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear that, but then you could also use the same feature as well. It's not as precise because the AirPods Pro 2 do not have an ultra wideband chip in them to help you precisely locate it, but you at least get a general direction and general idea of where the AirPods Pro are at. All right, so that is all. That's all the tips I have for the AirPods Pro. Obviously, they do the same thing. You take them out of your ear, they play, pause, all that. All those features are still there. But those are 6 tips and tricks to help you get started with your AirPods Pro 2nd Gen. Once again, I'm Jason Cipriani. Thanks for watching this ZDNet how-to video. For more tech tips just like this one, as well as all of the latest tech news, make sure to tune in to zdnet.com.